Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So this time around, this is not going to be like a full match. I mean, it's a full match, but it's not a long match. It's only 3 turns. And my goal with this video is to show you what to do if you get the best possible hand you can get. So essentially what a full combo looks like with Traptrix with an amazement engine. So this isn't pure Traptrix. Like I said in a different video, I use an amazement engine in here. But this is what our starting hand is going to look like. So obviously, we don't have a Traptrix monster, but we have a Pot of Prosperity. Besides this, this is our best possible hand we can get with this deck. This last card can be whatever trap card, but we have an Arlecchino, we have a Parallel Exceed, and we have a Shade Brigandine. All we're missing is a Traptrix monster. Usually the best one's going to be Mantis or Myrmilio. Usually Myrmilio because you can get another trap card. But a Mantis is also fine. Because say you get a Dionea or a Nepenthes, they're just kind of a dead summon. You could summon it and then you don't get a search or anything. You still get a Sarah, so it's fine, but Mantis or Myrmilio are usually the best ones. But we're going to activate Prosperity here. You can banish whatever you want. It's kind of hard to know what to banish on the first turn just because you don't know what the opponent's playing. But if you want to know what I banish, usually I go for Geonator. And this is going to be different from your deck probably. So it's going to be up to you what you banish. But in my deck, I banish a Geonator, Pentastag, Phoenix because Phoenix pops a back row, but so does Myrmilio. If you summon Myrmilio off of Sarah or Nepenthes, then she also pops a back row, so we don't really need Phoenix. One Sarah, one Rafflesia, and a Link Spider. And like I said, it just depends on the situation. That's what I usually go for, but it can differ. Because you can play with 2 Sarahs. Here, I'll show you. Like 2 Sarahs is usually fine, and 1 Rafflesia should usually be fine also. But we summon Mantis and Mantis, and we search out Dionea. This is because in case anything happens, she just on the next turn, I could summon a monster from the graveyard when I normal summon her, and so I can go into another play, and it's kind of insurance in a way. And then if nothing happens to the board, then it's just more advantage the next turn, right? So we go into the Sarah. Obviously, Exceed's gonna activate, and we're gonna summon 2 of those. And then, before I let this play out, this is gonna be really important because sometimes you might forget, and you might want to immediately go for the Brigandine, and then set it and summon it. And this is fine. Sorry for the notification. This is fine. You can do that, but it's really dangerous. You usually don't want to do that because if you summon one more thing here, it's going to be your 5th summon. And if your opponent has a Nibiru, your whole board is going to get wiped. So you always want to go for a Rafflesia immediately, because then Rafflesia is going to be your 5th summon. And if they have a Nibiru, you can negate it with a Gravedigger. Right here. I don't get Nibiru'd, but if I did get Nibiru'd, I have a Rafflesia, and she can negate the Nibiru with her effect. You send a Gravedigger from the deck, and you negate the Nib, and they take 2k. So that's why you might forget sometimes, and it's fine. Just make sure, just hope you don't get nibbed. But that's why you always want to make sure you get the Rafflesia out as your 5th summon. But then everything just plays out normally. So you get the Shade Brigandine, Sarah will activate. You can summon a Traptrix, and Arlecchino will activate because you activated a trap card. So you can special summon Arlecchino, and then I go for Myrmilio here. The reason I go for Myrmilio is because her effect will activate. Nothing's gonna pop because there's nothing to pop, but it'll still activate, which is good because then Sarah's effect will activate, and then she could set a back row, a trap hole. And then I go for Floodgate here. And then with those 2 cards, you can either go for an Alamuris or a Time Thief, depending on what you're playing. I went for Time Thief here because I just think it's the better play. Since Shade is a trap card, he gets another disruption because he gets to send another a face-up card they control to the top of the deck. If you go for Alamuris though, what you can do is summon Alamuris, detach the 2 materials, special summon back a Traptrix from the graveyard, and then go into a Kularia, which will get you advantage during the end phase. But here I go for the Time Thief. And then this is our board. Here's our end board. So this is what we have. We have Rafflesia, which could be a negate or a disruption. We have a Floodgate, which is a really good disruption. We have Time Thief, which is also a really good disruption by sending one of their cards back to the deck. Gravedigger is a really good negate because pretty much every deck nowadays has either a effect in the hand or in the graveyard. And Arlecchino is another disruption. So potentially 2 negates and 3 disruptions. And if you get Sarah to activate, it could potentially be 6 disruptions, because if they set any back row or like a field spell, or just activate like a continuous spell or trap, if you are able to activate a trap card, you could summon Myrmilio, and then she'll be able to pop that back row. So potentially 6 disruptions in this board, which is really, really good. It's going to be really hard for somebody to get past this board if they don't have a droplet, or say like a lightning storm would kind of hurt here just because you would lose 2 back row, but you still have these 4. So it's not that big of a deal, but it does hurt it. But yeah, this is your end board right here. And then I'm just going to let this play out now. This person really can't do anything. They didn't draw like a droplet or a lightning storm or anything, so I'm pretty much free to just disrupt everything they do here. And then I'll explain this just for those who don't know. Like I said, Arlecchino's effect is when they summon something, he can equip a trap card, an amazement trap card, from the deck, and then it'll equip it to the monster. But what you want to do when you do this, and this is super important, you want to make sure that your toggle is on, not on auto. Because if it's on auto, it's just going to equip it to that monster, and then it's going to pass priority to them, and it's going to let them do whatever they want. So if they decide to link this off, then you just wasted Arlecchino's effect, because it's going to destroy. It's not going to let you activate this trap card, essentially. So you want to make sure it's on, because as soon as it's equipped to them, it's going to ask you if you want to activate it, which you do want to activate it. So you do that, and then you just book them. And then obviously I'm going to negate that. Also, I don't want them to draw a card, and then they're going to take 2k. And then I think their turn just ends here. Okay, also Sarah goes off. I actually added Nepenthes to the deck. This wasn't in my deck the last time I shared my deck profile with somebody. I decided to add her because she's basically almost like a budget Sarah, if that makes sense. When you activate, so with Sarah, when you activate just any normal trap card, she can special summon a Traptrix monster. With Nepenthes, if you activate any trap hole trap card, she can also special summon a Traptrix. So she has potential to gain you even more advantage, which is why I decided to put her in the deck as only a one of, and I cut Atrax from the deck because she has a neat effect to be able to use trap cards from your hand, well, trap hole trap cards specifically, and it's cool when it happens, but it doesn't really come up ever, so that's why I decided to cut her and put Nepenthes instead. And yeah, that's why I did that. I forgot to mention Arlecchino's other effect, but he has another effect that if you have an amazement trap card in the graveyard, then you can banish it and then just pop cards on the field, on the opponent's side of the field. So that's what I do here. And it's not just monsters, it's any card that they have. And then here I'm going into Kularia just to get more damage to finish them off. This isn't really for specific plays. And that's pretty much the combo. I'm gonna let this play out. So yeah, that's pretty much the combo. If this helped you guys, let me know in the comments, leave a like and subscribe, and then that's pretty much all I have to say. I hope you enjoyed the video, and that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys.